Hey guys, MCU Clutch here with another figure review. I know it's been forever, but I have a special set of reviews coming in the next couple of days here. First, we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins movie Snake Eyes figure. This is number 16, so we're finally going back and completing out through the numbers because there was the big gap of 16 through 20 and everyone was like, well, what are they? But of course, they're the G.I. Joe, the movie figures for Snake Eyes. So I just got this in today. I got it off of eBay. They have shown up in Hong Kong. They have not released yet. I don't know if there's a true hard street date or how that's all going to work, but all the pre-orders had kind of listed and expected them to be around October, November. I think they're going to be out earlier than that, probably late July, August. We shall see how that's all going to work out. But here we have it. I really like the way the packaging looks. I like the dark colors versus like the blue of the classic figures there. So I like that. Up at the top we get the Arashikage signal logo up there, number 16. Side artwork of Snake Eyes looks very cool. We have the actor Henry Golding there. All looks really good. Back of the package there we get Snake Eyes in his movie costume suit there. We get this dragon artwork there. They all look pretty good. All the movie figures actually have that same backing to them. So like there's Baroness. There is Storm Shadow, so all of them have the same backing. We will take a look at all these figures eventually, but today we are starting off with Snake Eyes, so I am very excited. I will do a comparison with the number 2 release, so let's get right to it. Okay, and here is the Snake Eyes figure out of the package, and he's pretty good. He's not the greatest figure, but I am happy with it. I'm a movie figure guy. I always have been. I've always liked movie figures a little bit more. The detail is still really good. The comic figures, the classic figures in the classified line have all been very detailed as well. So I wouldn't say that there's necessarily more detail or anything like that, but it is very good. One thing that this figure is lacking though is weapons and weapons storage. He doesn't have any guns. He comes with his sword, and he comes with 2 knives. These knives, which are the exact same, but he doesn't have any storage, no sheaths for these knives at all, which kind of sucks. We do get an unmasked Henry Golding head, which looks pretty good. We'll get in for a closer look at that here a little bit later in the video. But a really good figure. But I think a lot of people, and I've seen the comments, people are saying, oh, I'm passing along these, I don't want the movie figures. They don't like it, or they didn't like the trailer. The second trailer dropped today, and I liked it. I thought this trailer was much better than the first one. I think it'll be a decent movie, at least. We shall see. Who knows how it'll, the story will turn out. But it looks interesting, much more interesting to me, so I am excited. But let's get in close to have a look at Snake Eyes and see his accessories. So here we go. Okay, so first off, we have the sheath right here, which holds his sword, and this is done in a black color with some gold trim and highlights and accents in there. You see the peg. It pegs into his back like so. There was a hole here in the bandolier strap thing, so you just peg it in there, and then you can kind of position it however you want. I think based off of images and stuff, it's kind of goes like this, but I guess you could do it however you want. And here we have his sword, and I forget the name of his sword. I'm going to have to look that up. But looking at the blade, there's some detail in the blade that's sculpted on there. That looks pretty good. We get some gold paint and then black hilt there. But I like that they actually used the silver paint, which, if it was a Marvel Legend, it would just be a gray color, right? So that looks pretty good. And it just sheaths in there like so. It's a nice tight fit. It's not going to go anywhere. That is pretty cool. We get these 2 swords right here. And these look really nice. There's actually some sculpted detail in the blade, but it's really hard to make out exactly what it is. But the thing that I really like is the actual color of the blades. So they actually add in some silver color in there, and it just looks really nice. I'm sure it's supposed to be some kind of design, but it's just so small you really can't make out anything that it is. But it just looks really nice. The handles on the knives are just black, as you can see there, and of course the Henry Golding head, which I think looks just like the actor. Skin tone might be a little light, but I think it looks really good, and we'll see how he looks on the figure itself, but I think it came out looking really nice. Okay, so here's an up-close look at the Snake Eyes figure. Now the figure is all black. There's a little bit of red in there, and there's some matte black and some glossy black, and a tiny bit of silver, but for the most part, it's all just the one color. So hopefully you can kind of see the details. Hopefully I got some bright enough lights on there to take a look. But looking at the head sculpt, it kind of looks like a biker helmet more so to me. It's not too large or anything like that, but it definitely has more of a biker helmet look, in my opinion. But that looks pretty good. You can see that the visor itself, well, actually most of the head sculpt is going to be kind of that glossy black, but right here over the mouth guard portion has like kind of a mesh look to it, and that's a little bit matte, kind of, but for the most part it's all kind of glossy black, so all the details kind of just blend in together. And the rest of the figure, you can see some padded sections that are here that have kind of the matte look to it that kind of goes around the collar, but like right in the center we get some gloss. Right here through the ab and torso we get some gloss, not a whole lot on the back, but the arms we get a lot of gloss look there. Same on this side, except we actually get the Arashikage clan symbol right there on his left arm. Again, that's all kind of shiny black, whereas forearms a little bit more matte, but on the inside then it gets shiny. A little bit of silver there, and you can see some of the matte black, some of the shiny portions there. On his legs, we get some of the shiny portion on some of the armor spots, but some of these padded spots are a matte color. Then his knee pads have a tiny bit of red there at the top. On the sides, kind of the 4 spots there throughout the knee pads, and that's really it. And then looking at the rest, all looks pretty good there. His feet, in my opinion, are a little too small. It's kind of tricky getting him to balance when kind of posing him around, but I think overall it looks really, really nice. So let's pop this head off. Let's get the Henry Golding head on there, and again, I think that looks really good. I think it looks just like the actor. I'm pretty impressed with it. Came out looking really nice. They used a digital print as well. Just looks really good. So now let's zoom out for his articulation. Okay, so for the Snake Eyes articulation, it is the same articulation scheme and setup that you'll find with every single G.I. Joe classified series, so there are no surprises here. But the head, you can get him to look down that much, you can get him to look up that much, which is really good. He has this collar piece that sticks up, but the head is actually able to go over that collar piece so he can still look up, which is pretty cool. Now, the neck itself has its own point of articulation, so you can get it to kind of hinge a little bit all on its own. You get some pivot going on in there, but not as much, I guess, as some of the other ones. Full rotation, of course, if that's what you wanted to do. Shoulder, you can get up to go that high only, so that is actually pretty disappointing that you can't get it to go up any higher than that. I'm scared I'm going to break it if I keep trying to force it. Full rotation. We do get a butterfly joint in there, so you can get him to go back, the arm to go back a little bit. Coming forward is only a tiny bit as well, but it is in there, so you can kind of move it around a little bit. You have an upper bicep swivel there. You have a double jointed elbow like so, which is good. Wrists swivel and they hinge, and here we have a vertical hinge on the left. We also have a vertical hinge on the right, because if he's going to be using a sword, that is the correct hinge that you should have, which is good. Ab crunch, so he can crunch forward that much there. He can crunch back that much like so. And then at the waist we have that waist ball there, so we can pivot to his left, pivot to his right, pivot back, pivot forward, and then with the ab crunch going forward you can get him to go that much. Going back all the way is that much as well. You also get a swivel at that waist. The legs do have the drop down hip feature, so with the drop down you can get him to kick forward that much. You can go back quite a bit as well. He can go straight out to the side like so, so he does a full-on splits. You have an upper thigh cut in there, double jointed knee like so. No calf swivel or boot swivel. Foot hinges all the way down, hinge up, ankle pivot, peg holes at the bottom of the feet on his tiny feet. But there is the articulation, so no surprises about what you would expect in the classified series line. There you have it. Now let's see him next to the original Snake Eyes release. Okay, so here we have the two Snake Eyes, so the movie figure and I guess the classic or video game, whatever inspiration they did, it's an original, kind of an original design. But here we have the two Snake Eyes figures side by side, and I'm actually going to go with the movie figure on overall look. But in terms of the figure, this is probably the better figure because he has all the weapon storage and everything like that. Where the suit doesn't look as realistic, if that makes sense, even though it's for an actual live action movie. This one actually looks a lot more tactical, like it's actual gear and stuff that somebody would be wearing, whereas this one does not. This one looks more ninja-like, whereas this one doesn't, if that makes sense. So I guess depending on kind of how you would want Snake Eyes to be, where he really doesn't have a ninja look here, but this one definitely has much more of a ninja look to him. So we'll kind of see which one you would like. I know there is another Snake Eyes figure that's going to be coming out with Timber in the deluxe pack. We'll see how that one looks. That's more of a commando look, so it's not really a ninja look to him either. So we'll see at some point. I'm sure there will be like a classic looking Snake Eyes. You know, Hasbro's going to drag that out. They're going to milk it out as long as they possibly can. It'll probably be, you know, 50 different Snake Eyes figures by the time that happens. But here we have them together. You guys let me know down in the comments below, which one do you think looks better? Which one do you prefer? I have a feeling a lot of people are going to say this one. But, you know, I'm a sucker for movie figures, so I'm going to go with the new movie Snake Eyes figure. Looking at them side by side, you can actually see that the more comic version of Snake Eyes, the original #2 release, is actually just a tad bit taller than this new movie figure. I doubt anybody's going to actually want to do this, but if you wanted to pop that Henry Golding figure on this one, it doesn't really work. It's too tight to really force it on there, so not quite a good fit. Same goes for the helmeted one, just doesn't quite fit on there. So. And of course, to try this, it rests on there but doesn't fit on there. The paint scheme and everything really fits. Just, you know, it just doesn't really fit on there. It's just all kinds of wobbly and stuff and doesn't truly peg. It just sits on there. But that could be something that you could do if that's something that you wanted to try. While the Snake Eyes movie figure may not come with any guns, he does have trigger fingers. So if you wanted to use the ones that come with the classic or the comic Snake Eyes figure, the #2 release, you could use those weapons. Okay, there's my review of the movie Snake Eyes figure. You guys let me know down in the comments below what you think of it. I think it's really good. No telling when these are actually going to release in stores. I got mine from eBay. They came from Hong Kong. I had them imported in, so don't expect to go out into the stores right now to find it. Who knows when they're going to show up? I have a feeling it'll be much earlier than what pre-orders had said, because these figures have been sitting in a warehouse for a year now, waiting for the movie to come out. So now the figures are coming out. The movie is less than a month away, or about a month away. I forget exactly when in July it's releasing, but it's something that I'm definitely going to go to the movies and see. I'm going to be excited for it. I do really like the movie figure. It is not the greatest. He needs more weapon storage. He needs more weapons. The Henry Golding head sculpt is really good. I like the design of this. It's more of a ninja Snake Eyes that I really like. But you guys let me know down in the comments below. Try not to be too brutal, because I know a lot of people are not happy with these things. But you guys let me know down in the comments below. If you guys liked the video, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.